Hi there. In this tutorial, I would like to demonstrate how best to approach situations when you need to manufacture um, pipe tubes, rotary cutting in general, and how best to cost that. So, as an example, we will see here an example of an assembly on the left-hand side made out of two pieces of RHS with some hole cuts out, and the other one of the other pieces is a half split down the middle piece of RHS, and we'll make an assembly out of that. So to begin with, we go to the parts and assemblies, and we create original component, which is the base piece. So let's just call it base RHS whatever. Select one of our customers if you want to apply the target net profit for that customer. Now we have a blank. While we're here, we can upload the picture, and that will allow us to view it within our system and also save it as such. So the first thing when we do rotary, and we'll do that for this component on the bottom, is to price the cutting separately, as if the material would be supplied separate. So we do that from the cutting button, add cutting, and we'll run through the wizard, selecting the material. We say that the customer is supplying, which is in fact bypassing the nesting side of things. And then we're going to define. So in this case, we have two cutouts at the ends, which would be 50 by, I believe the material is 100, let's assume. So that's two cutouts at the end, and we have four holes at 22 mil. Okay. Then we move forward. We don't need to do anything in the nesting section. And here we can just calculate the profit margin using the adjust rate button. That will match the rate per minute required to give you the profit. If you're not satisfied with that, then you can manually modify it here. When you're done, you click next. So that's our cutting. That's the cost of cutting. Now we're going to add the material cost. So I'm going to say add long product nesting, and this will calculate material requirements. So I'm going to go for this. We have a 8-meter piece here, and let's say we have 12 pieces at 800 millimeter long. And then when you click create, it will calculate the yield necessary for this material. So here we are. You can see a picture of the layout. We can see the offcuts in red. It gives us an indication of how much material we need, 1.3 lengths. You can round this up. Let's say if you want 1.5, put whatever margin you want on it. And this we'll say is raw material. And then click save. So right now we've costed the cutting and the material. In this particular instance, material, let's have a look at the picture. Yeah, so we have only one other component which will be assembled into this. So there's a quick way to shortcut all of this. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this part by clicking on duplicate part. So now we have a copy of it, and this will be the top piece. Okay, let's save that, and then we're going to go to given that the same length, we're going to go to the bill of material, but these are two halves, so I'm not going to need that much. So I'm going to reduce this to the correct material because it's only half. And then in the laser cutting, if we go to the geometry, we don't have the 4 holes, but instead we have 2 extra trims, which given that it's 600 millimeter long, that'll be 1200 millimeters of extra cutting. So we go back to the main screen, we click adjust rate. We can see the cost has increased accordingly. And right now we have the 2 components. We need to make them an assembly. So I'm just going to close these. I'm going to go back to my parts, and I'm going to say new assembly. And we call this full assembly. And go again with my customer. Okay, even here we can add the picture to make things transparent. And then we're going to add the two parts. Okay, so these are the two parts, the last two that we created, the top and the base. We need one of each. And on top of that, we have a fabrication cost of welding. We're going to weld them together. Let's say it's 12 minutes of welding, and we have 5 minutes of setup. Click adjust rate. Oops, sorry, we have one here. Click adjust rate. That's going to give us the cost of the welding. And then you can do anything else if you need subcontracting for powder coating or galvanizing or you name it, anything like that. But bottom line is you have a full cost per component based on costing rotary cutting or pipe cutting or long product nesting. Fully explain how to go about it. I hope this helps, and don't hesitate to send questions if it didn't make sense. Thank you.